You're standing outside the walls of the richest city on earth. The morning sun rises over massive golden gates. Merchants fill the streets. Camels carry spices, silk, and precious metals from distant lands. Gold changes hands by the hour. The markets buzz with opportunity. This is Babylon. Over 2,000 years ago, Babylon wasn't rich because it discovered oil, invented the stock market, or had modern technology. It became wealthy because its people understood one thing that most people still struggle with today: how money actually works. And here's what's fascinating. Although the world has completely changed, people still make the exact same financial mistakes. We earn money, we spend too much, we wonder where it all went. We hope next year's raise will finally solve everything, but it rarely does. Today we're going to uncover 6 timeless lessons from one of the greatest personal finance books ever written, The Richest Man in Babylon. As an accountant, I can tell you something surprising. I've seen people earning 6 figures living paycheck to paycheck, and I've seen ordinary workers quietly retire millionaires. The difference was almost never income, it was principles. By the end of this video, you'll understand why these ancient lessons still work today, and why following them could completely change your financial future. Let's begin. Before we dive into the lessons, let's meet the people behind this remarkable story. Our main character is Arkad. Ironically, Arkad wasn't born rich. He started as a poor scribe, spending his days copying clay tablets for wealthy merchants. Every day he watched rich men walk past. They weren't smarter, they weren't stronger. Yet somehow they had more money than they knew what to do with. One day Arkad asked himself a question that changed his life forever. Why not me? Instead of complaining, he decided to learn. His first teacher was Algamish, one of Babylon's wealthiest moneylenders. Algamish didn't simply hand Arkad money, he handed him wisdom. Wisdom that transformed a poor scribe into the richest man in Babylon. Years later, Arkad began teaching others. Among his students were childhood friends Bonsir, a chariot builder, and Kobe, a musician. Both worked hard, both earned money, both remained broke. Sound familiar? Their journey mirrors the financial struggles millions of people face today. Through their conversations with Arkad, we discover 6 powerful lessons that remain just as relevant in 2026 as they were over 2,000 years ago. Let's start with the first, and perhaps the most important. Lesson 1. Pay yourself first. If you remember only one idea from this entire book, remember this one. Arkad said, "A part of all you earn is yours to keep." Simple. But almost nobody lives this way. Think about what most people do on payday. Rent gets paid, mortgage, utilities, phone bill, car payment, groceries, streaming services, insurance, restaurants. Subscriptions they forgot they even had. Whatever is left, they call savings. Usually, nothing. Arkad turned this thinking upside down. He said you should become the first person you pay, not the last. He recommended saving at least 10% of every dollar earned, before paying anyone else, before buying anything, before convincing yourself you deserve a little treat. As an accountant, this is still the biggest difference I notice between people who build wealth and those who don't. Wealthy people automate saving, everyone else automates spending. Let's use a simple example. Suppose you earn $5,000 every month. Saving 10% means putting away $500 before spending a single dollar. At first it feels impossible, but something interesting happens. You adapt, your spending adjusts. Human beings naturally learn to live within whatever remains. This isn't about deprivation, it's about ownership. If you work all month but keep none of your income, who are you really working for? The first payment should always go to your future self. Lesson 2. Make your money work for you. Saving money is only half the battle. Arkad warned that idle gold is lazy. Money sitting under a mattress doesn't grow. Money invested wisely does. This is where compound growth becomes almost magical. Imagine planting one apple tree. That tree produces apples. Inside every apple, more seeds. Those seeds grow into more trees. Eventually, you have an orchard. Money works exactly the same way. Every invested dollar becomes an employee. That employee earns more employees. Eventually, your investments begin earning more than your paycheck. Today, this could mean investing consistently into broad stock market index funds, retirement accounts, dividend-paying investments, or other diversified long-term assets. The key isn't chasing the hottest investment, it's consistency. $100 invested every month for decades can become hundreds of thousands of dollars because time does most of the heavy lifting. The wealthy understand something many people don't. Money should be working 24 hours a day, even while you're asleep. Lesson 3. Protect your wealth. Once Arkad became wealthy, people constantly approached him with exciting opportunities, quick profits, secret investments, guaranteed returns. Sound familiar? Algamish warned him. Never invest in something you don't understand, and never seek advice from people who have never succeeded where you want to go. This lesson is even more important today. Every week there's another can't-miss investment. Crypto schemes, fake trading gurus, Ponzi schemes, get-rich-quick programs, social media influencers promising overnight success. As an accountant, I've seen people lose decades of savings chasing unrealistic returns. Protecting wealth is often more important than growing it. Before investing, ask yourself, does this make sense? Who benefits if I invest? What could go wrong? Can I explain this investment to a 12-year-old? If not, maybe you shouldn't invest. Remember, making money is hard. Losing it can happen overnight. Lesson 4. Your home should bring you security, not stress. One of Arkad's lessons encouraged families to own their homes whenever possible, but let's modernize that idea. The goal isn't simply owning a house. The goal is financial stability. Too many people buy homes they can't comfortably afford. Beautiful house, luxury furniture, huge mortgage, constant stress. Instead, buy a home that supports your life rather than controls it. Your home should be a place where your family feels secure, not a monthly reminder that you're overextended. A home is part of your financial foundation, not a competition. Lesson 5. Increase your ability to earn. Perhaps the most overlooked lesson in the book. Never stop improving yourself. Arkad became wealthy because he became more valuable. He learned, he studied, he asked questions, he developed skills. Your income usually follows your value. Want higher earnings? Become better at solving problems. Learn a skill, earn a certification, improve communication, understand technology, study investing, study business, read, practice, grow. The best investment often isn't the stock market. It's yourself. Nobody can steal your knowledge. Nobody can tax your skills away. Your greatest asset walks into work every morning, you. Lesson 6. Take action today. One of my favorite ideas from the book is this. Opportunity waits for nobody. Most people spend years preparing, researching, planning, waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect investment, the perfect salary, the perfect economy. Meanwhile, time keeps moving. Arkad believed successful people act. They aren't reckless. They simply refuse to let fear become permanent. Imagine two people. Both are 45 years old. One begins investing today. The other waits 5 years. Those 5 years can easily cost hundreds of thousands of dollars by retirement because compound growth lost its most valuable resource, time. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. Start small, save something, invest something, learn something, then repeat. Why these lessons still work today. It's incredible that a book based on stories from ancient Babylon still feels like it was written yesterday. Technology changes, currencies change, jobs change. But human behavior hardly changes at all. People still overspend, still chase shortcuts, still avoid saving. still hope someone else will solve their financial problems. And that's why this book has remained a classic for generations, not because it teaches complicated investing, but because it teaches timeless behavior, the kind of behavior that quietly creates wealth over decades. As an accountant, I've learned that wealth isn't built through one brilliant decision. It's built through thousands of ordinary decisions repeated consistently. That's exactly what Arkad was teaching more than 2,000 years ago. If there's one message I hope you take away today, it's this. You don't need to live in ancient Babylon to become financially successful. You don't need a huge salary. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need to predict the next hot investment. You simply need to follow principles that have already stood the test of time. Pay yourself first. Make your money work for you. Protect what you build. Live within your means. Increase your ability to earn. And take action before another year slips away. Because 20 years from now, your future self won't remember the expensive gadgets you almost bought, but you'll be incredibly grateful for the investments you actually made. If you enjoyed this summary of The Richest Man in Babylon, let me know in the comments which of these 6 lessons had the biggest impact on you. And if you're serious about building lasting wealth after 40, subscribe to Finance with Chris, where we break down timeless money principles into practical steps you can start using today. Until next time, remember, plan, invest, grow, live freely.